Hello everybody, it's Tracy. Okay, so I have today some Christmas cards to share with you. I did these this weekend after somewhat of a creative block. Couldn't really think of anything to make. I could think of things, but I just couldn't do it, and finally it subsided. So this weekend I made a few cards, and here they are. Pretty simple cards because I need them to be flat to mail. Now, this is the paper I used for the first card. It's by Bazzill. It's older. It doesn't have a year, but it's a year or two old. I don't know if they still carry it or what, but that's what I used. And this is the card. Okay. And oh, I should tell you the stamps. I use this Hero Art stamp, that's sentiment, and I use this Paper Smooches stamp, and I just masked these two guys together and did some layering of the paper. The scallop square and the stitched squares were all cut with MFT dies, and colored the snowmen with Copics. And that is the first one. Nothing on the inside. I probably won't do anything on most of these cards because I'll be able to write on them. So that's the first one. Okay, the second one I actually didn't do this weekend. I did it a couple of weeks ago, and it's sad. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but whatever. For the next two cards, I used this paper, also an older collection. I did not buy a lot of new paper this year because I have so much Christmas paper from previous years, and I decided I would just use them. Okay, and for this card, I also used this Lawn Fawn set, and this is the card. It's a shaker card, and I wanted to make it somewhat flat because, like I said, I need to pop these in the mail without a lot of fuss. So normally when I make a shaker card, I do 2 layers of foam tape, but I only used 1. And then what I forgot to do is use my I don't know what that thing is called, but this is what it looks like, so that it wouldn't stick to the sides, and I forgot to do that. So it kind of sticks to the side, and it doesn't really shake like it's supposed to, but it's okay because you get the general idea, and it doesn't really have to shake. For this card, I also used this MFT die called Joyous Christmas Sentiments. I really like that. And I heat embossed the white, and yeah, added a little Recollections embellishment, and that's that one. And also with that same paper pad, I made this card. And for this card, I used an MFT stamp called Hug in a Mug. So I used this stamp set by MFT along with the dies, and it's called Hot Cocoa Cups. And this is what they look like. So I used that. And again, I did a lot of layering of the papers and assembled the little cups, popped them up just a tad bit with some foam tape. And I used MFT, from a different set, MFT die for this little banner here, as well as the little hearts. Or did the hearts come with this? Oh no, the hearts came with this set. Okay, so that's that one. Now, the next card, I used this paper collection, another old one. Oops, sorry. And for this one, if I can find my, oh, here it goes. This Christmas set, which one? One of these. So those two, and then Stamped by Stamps of Life, and then the die set, which I got a couple of years ago too. And this is the card. Okay, so I did some layering of the papers. I colored the bulbs, cut them out, used some Recollections twine here, and that's that. Super simple. Now for this background, I used a MFT stamp, snow background stamp with white ink on some blue paper to do that. And the next two cards, I used this collection, another old one. I got this at Michael's last year, I believe, with the non-traditional colors that I love. And I use the same light stamp sets, and this is it. Again, the Recollections twine I used on there with the non-traditional bright cherry colors. So there's that. And then lastly, I did this with the MFT stamp set and dies, but the little snowflake I made from a punch. Okay, and this card is actually not of my design. I copied it from a card that I saw online. It may have been Pinterest, so it's not exactly the same, but it's close enough. And I did copy the idea from somewhere. Like I said, I think it was Pinterest, but I really loved it. And so I card lifted the idea and put my own spin. Non-traditional colors. All right. So those are all of the cards that I created last weekend. And I hope you enjoyed seeing them. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.